Test, test. Yellow, 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 yellow. Bounce that. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hello, Maria. Hello, Maureen. What's cracking, y'alls? Hello, Kim. Seth is currently dealing with Austin's photos. What's up, Chris? Pickles, you got me through a boring work shift yesterday. So grateful for your show. Love to hear that. I effing love that. What's up, Kim? We're back, lady. When is our octagon fight? Dude, I would get destroyed, Chris. I would get destroyed. Seth said he saw you cook him. Don't know if that's true. Who's Seth? Felice will come to your live tonight, maybe. I don't know about tonight. Possibly soon. I I really enjoy debating alone. I really do, like nothing against I love Felice. But like I'll have somebody up here for a few minutes sometimes. But when it's somebody as big as Felice, it's like a real big commitment, you know, like she would be here the whole time. I really like having one-on-ones because I have a demeanor that like really allows for the other side to like say what they want to say. And that's also the time in which like if I were to have another panelist, they would be interjecting and like saying things as well. And it kind of ruins it. Like I try to be as like inviting and as fair as possible when I'm debating people. And those same times where I give people like opportunity to speak is also the time like if I were to have another panelist, they would be speaking and it just kind of yeah. Yellow?
Yo.
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yup.
Are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 20.
Okay. What do you like about Trump?
Hold on. I need to check my phone. Would you rather have would you rather have James Charles or Diddy bounce on your ass?
You sound like 14, bro. Today's Democrats make me sick. What? I, Democrats, social programs, successful economic policies, creating jobs. It's just, it's disgusting. It's disgusting, chat. It makes me sick. What's up, African? Dude, my allergies are killing me today. My allergies, guys. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, yeah, give me that itch, baby. sealed borders, removing illegals, returning hostages, strong military, lowering taxes, ending war, removing illegals. Did you know who did the most of that? Biden. Returned hostages. I don't get that, but Biden did multiple hostage negotiations with Trump. I mean, with Putin. Same thing. Host has 0 real friends. That could be true. That could be true.
Yo, do
Del-
you support what Diddy did? Or no?
Bruh, underage. Is it true that Dean has severe halitosis? Not that I noticed. I don't think Dean had a bad breath. Cold washcloths of the eyes. That might be the thing. Labor 1. Is that in Australia? Some people that met him says breath is what I don't know about that. I actually got a bunch of 1v1 time with Dean. It was actually more like me, Dean, and Parker for a while when I first got there, and I didn't notice anything like that. Love to hear that, Zira. That is fucking awesome. Congrats. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Love to hear that. Congratulations. Guys, we just went live. If we can get some taps on the screen, I'm probably going to be doing like another maybe 2-hour stream. I'm waiting on my groceries from Amazon to get here. All right, Jake.
I feel like I've made you at least $120.
I mean, I don't keep a track of that, but I know that you've also made me frustrated. So
That was a good one, bro. Hey, but I was just talking to Simple Black Theory. I don't think his theory is very simple, number one. Number two, what's your theory on this whole Unfuck America tour thing going on?
I don't even
Were you
want to.
part of that?
Yeah, I don't even want to. It's not worth mentioning, in all honesty, to me. Not even worth it.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, it's a macro example of why no one votes liberal, dude. Like, you guys don't even know what the fuck you're doing. You guys can't even put together a simple rally.
Okay, I don't think that's at all. I don't think it's at all
You
true.
guys literally had one task: just meet up at a tent on a college campus on this date, planned 3 months in advance, and all went to shit. All you had to do was meet up at a tent, and then somehow someone is racist. It's just textbook, bro. Like, no one is surprised, dude. You guys are genuinely a circus entertainment.
Okay, and we're looking at Trump's own White House implode, going through multiple officials, 95% turnover his last administration. So I think you should look at that. It's a little more relevant, right?
It's only relevant to you guys because you're just like sit on these lives all day and grift people. So,
I don't see how you connected those dots, man.
like, you guys are getting paid to fearmonger, and now you're trying to like disrupt someone's like when Charlie Kirk. And this is advice for the whole tour, bro, that you should pass along to this racist lady Z. You guys shouldn't follow an already successful tour of the opposing person.
I
Like,
I
it's just
agree.
shown as combative. You guys are
I
that's just combative as fuck.
my opinion is we could do the same thing he's doing, different dates, whatever. I don't care. I that's my
Facts.
opinion. I jumped on board. I was lucky enough to just shrink like to come along. I was like one of the last people. I paid my own way. So I also don't think that Z's personality or her character flaws have anything to do with the tour or the message itself. And I think it's just a stupid low blow and people like fodder for you guys to use against us. And I think it's meaningless, especially if I were to go through like the criticisms you have about the tour or affiliating with somebody like Z. If we were to go through that same line of logic, I would ask you, what are your standards for stopping association with somebody who crosses that line? And you would not know how to answer that because literally the person you voted for has crossed it 70 times over. So
Yeah, I don't really know, bro. Like, that's the thing. I don't care about what Z said or a microaggression, right? Like the fact we're like having TikTok drama over a microaggression is absolutely wild because the same people that are attacking her are the same people that are saying all white people are inherently racist. Like, so you're pretty much like pinning these people in corners. You're saying, well, Z is white, so she's inherently racist. Oh, well, she had a
if
microaggression. We have to cancel the whole tour. But you're the one
your
that is gonna find a microaggression no matter what. It's just how liberals
your
are wired. They're like,
your
find
take on
racism.
that is wild. If you're in the same sentence, you're going to criticize us for criticizing microaggressions, and then also say that white people aren't inherently racist in the United States
You
is
think white
a
people
big
are
fail.
inherently racist? Do you think white
Yes,
people are? So are you saying
in
right
the
now
United
on
States, yeah.
your live, you're saying into a microphone that you are inherently racist? Are you admitting that?
Yes, yeah.
Go ahead and say it.
I am inherently racist as a white person.
Wait, what? I didn't hear you, bro.
I am inherently racist as a white person.
Yo, bro, dude, who gave a racist a platform? Why do people sit here and listen to racists on microphone as it's like, it's so funny. You are admitting you're racist and then you're speaking into a mic and people are taking it as real, bro. They're like
I
actually taking what you
do,
say.
do you see anybody
legit.
in the comments that's turned off by what I just said?
No, that's my point. Is they are voluntarily listening to a racist, a man who admits he's racist.
By it saying that, it also says that you are, and so is Trump, and so is anybody else who's white
Someone said you
in
have
a
white
position of
privilege.
power. Of course.
Someone said in the chat you have white privilege. White privilege does not equal racism. Racism is like you're actively looking down and trying to
Yeah, I
bring
know.
down
You just
another
don't
race.
see the racism because you have white privilege.
No, I see racism and I am not racist.
Okay.
How are you racist? How are you racist? Because let's focus on the true claim here that you are racist. You're openly admitting it. What makes you racist, Pickles?
So I was raised in Texas, in the South,
Racist.
and pretty much. So I was raised here in the South, and I remember some things that my grandpa would drill me on. And listen, my family, our heritage goes all the way back to a time where it's very ashamed. Like I'm ashamed to admit that we were part of the people that did the bad thing at the beginning of this country. And my grandpa would drill me. He would ask me questions like, "Are you a white hat or a black hat?"
So right there, you just acknowledged it as bad, right? You acknowledged it as bad. You can have a conscious perspective to say, this perspective is bad. This is not
Right.
good.
Let's go
So it's
past
the
that
fact you
sentence.
can the fact you can acknowledge that we have
Sure.
bad history shows
Sure,
that
but that
I
doesn't
believe,
that
Pickles,
doesn't
that you are
absolve
not
me of
racist.
racism. That
I
one
think you're
thing
not
does not
giving yourself
absolve
enough
me of
credit.
racism. My grandpa would drill me on things, and I remember the
So your
first time.
grandpa is racist, not you, bro.
Of course, and it was taught to me. Yes.
But you're actively saying right now you recognize what was taught as bad and you ignored it.
Yes,
Like
but
if
it's
it's just
so
like
deeply
it's just like
ingrained.
if a thief, like if a thief is like, yo, come steal with me, I'm making money, I'll show you how to steal and make a bunch of money. And you're like,
You don't
no, I'm
understand.
not gonna steal because I recognize it's bad. You're
was
not a
so-
thief just because someone tried to teach you how to steal.
It was so deeply ingrained in me that yes, just learning it isn't enough. It's a long deconstruction process.
So how are you deconstructing your racism?
I'm literally open to hearing anything that I would do that would be considered what you just brought up, like a microaggression. So one thing that I learned from this whole thing was saying something like, "Hey, calling a group of black women angry out of nowhere is a microaggression because they would always look at people of that type as somehow more angry than the normal person. That is a racist trope that has been perpetuated, and by saying that is racist. So I learned like last week to deconstruct that, and that is bad, and not to say that. Do you
So
follow?
I would say like, yeah. I would say all of you creators kind of agree. Like white people are inherently racist. The Unfuck America tour, you guys kind of all collectively agreed that. Obviously there were different opinions, but that was kind of the underlying that is one underlying agreement in your political ideology. So when it comes to Z representing you guys and organizing it, to me, Z is someone who should be always deconstructing and constantly thinking about how she can deconstruct. So, if your message is we need to be deconstructing, and the best example of that is Z constantly trying to deconstruct herself and spreading the message that we need to be deconstructing, and she's still having microaggressions, maybe the human psychology and the best way to quote unquote deconstruct isn't to constantly think about it and tell other people they're racist. Like, it clearly didn't work for Z. So why do you guys keep
Guess
preaching
what?
that?
Guess what? That's not true, because I literally learned something from that incident, which immediately proves you wrong.
What did you learn?
The exact instance that I told you, where I learned that racist trope was a thing, right?
So all you learned is that Z committed one racist underlying statement, apparently.
There's a lot more. There's a lot
No, this
more
is
that
also
she
kinda
did
confusing. This
that
is
I
also
do
kinda
not.
confusing.
Listen, there's a lot more that has not come to light that I know about this person that I don't care to tell everybody, and that I don't need to use to justify my position. And mind you, I didn't know about any of this before I went on the tour. I did not see any of the evidence. I still haven't. I'm still like wondering whether or not these things are actually considered like worth talking about, worth addressing with the public, worth quitting the entire tour over.
It definitely is. I would call it quits.
No,
bro.
because
I would call
we
it
have
quits.
half of the tour and half of that community coming out and saying, hey, maybe not. But there are things that would definitely say and make Z somebody of that nature. And
Have
she
you
also
seen
somebody that
that
we
guy,
could probably
Dan?
cancel.
Have you seen
Yes.
that guy Dan Crenshaw? Do you
I
really
know who Dan
think
Crenshaw is, yeah.
you really think he's a good figure to have representing the left in the Liberal Party? Because I'm telling you right now, whatever Dan votes, I'm voting the opposite, brother. He's an angry little man, bro. He cannot control his emotion, bro.
Wait, isn't he a figure on the right?
No, Dan, not Dan Crenshaw, that little freaking midget guy, liberal TikToker who sits on here with
Dude,
the mic.
you can't say that fucking word, Jake.
Midget? Holy shit, you are sensitive. You need some.
Okay. When I say things like white people are inherently racist, they're also people like him inherently bigoted. That is something else. Maybe you could figure out to not say it's an offensive word used to describe people. Come on, dude. Crenshaw's a fucking Republican, by the way. The guy with the eye patch. Yeah. Yeah, ableist is what I meant. We grew up in a time where saying that kind of shit was okay. And literally everybody, including him, including me, have to deconstruct that. Luckily, I was able to deconstruct that a little, like a few years ago. And we still have people in the Conservative Party widely still using those tropes. It speaks for itself, man.
You guys talking about the Unfuck America tour?
Yeah.
So how you guys followed Charlie Kirk around and then got like a crowd of like 50 people and got humiliated?
Thank you, Bacon, for the $5 and the membership. I couldn't read your message though. Yeah, I actually streamed it live there, and I had 7,100 people watching. Have you ever had,
nice. But
have you ever had 7,100 people watch you do anything?
Nice. You guys will never be as good as Charlie Kirk. You guys are all circus.
Okay, I don't know. That was pretty good for me.
Oh, was it good? Like the only reason you guys went was literally because of Charlie Kirk, and you guys didn't even fucking debate him.
I think I did well. I got to talk to people.
Oh,
I think I did fine.
Dude. Wow, you talked to people and went outside for once. Wow, dude. That's sick.
Do you have any real criticisms of it, or are you just saying like,
I mean,
hey,
no,
don't try to make a
dude.
difference?
That's sick, dude. You went outside and talked to people. What a sick life. You guys followed Charlie. You guys followed Charlie Kirk to a university, someone who's more successful than you'll ever be.
Okay, are you as successful as Charlie Kirk?
Say it again.
Are you as successful as Charlie Kirk?
No, but I don't try to go and follow him around.
Okay.
I know my place. I know my place.
Did you realize that's a little bit of a cell phone there?
How's it a cell phone? I didn't try to follow him around.
Because you're criticizing me for not being successful, somebody that you are also not as successful as.
You followed him all the way to Texas A&M. I didn't follow him to Texas A&M. I know that.
I
know
live in
damn
Dallas.
well.
It's a 30-minute flight.
Oh, so nice. The whole point. You guys made an entire tour just about Charlie Kirk. I didn't sit there making an entire tour about Charlie Kirk and then get embarrassed when I tried to go because I'm so entitled that I tried to skip the entire line just to talk to him.
And you got me.
You guys
got me.
No, I mean seriously. Like, did you guys think like, oh, like the second you showed up, like you guys are the ones talking? Like, are you guys that entitled? Or
we
what?
We did have an amphitheater and we were holding staging debates. Yeah.
Oh, but no. That's not what I'm asking. Typical liberal, just dodging the question. Did you think when you got there, you guys were just going to be the first ones to debate Charlie Kirk?
No.
Oh, really? Why was Dean screaming? Why was Dean screaming? Debate me!
It was like 2 hours in. Did you know that?
Okay, look how many people he had versus how many people y'all had. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know how that. Like again, I had like 7,100 people watching just my stream, and there were multiple other streamers streaming the same stream.
Oh, of you going outside and just talking to people?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's sick, dude. Do you think you'll get to debate Charlie Kirk? Didn't the sprinklers go off on you guys and you guys had to pay to shut them off?
Like 5 hours in, yeah.
Oh, nice. The sprinklers went off? Nice. That's sick. Seems that's kind of a joke of a tour.
Dang,
and then
you got me.
Oh, let's not forget, after the tour, you guys have all this drama with Z or whatever the fuck her name is, all this drama. Sounds like it's going good, dude. You guys seem like you're put together well.
You have anything you want to talk about in regards to actual politics?
Are we not? Is this not about politics? Is the Unfuck America tour not about politics?
It's something that we did a couple weeks ago. I'm sure you have some criticisms about it, but for me, it was wildly successful. So you laugh all you want. Nice. I had fun. It was productive.
Nice. Oh, nice. What about all the drama after? What about all that shit?
What does that have to do with me?
I mean, you're involved in it. You're talking about it with the last guest. What do you mean?
I know. I'll entertain it a little bit for the most part. I've had literally 0 people come to any of my comment sections or anything besides for people from the right. I've literally avoided all the drama.
What do you mean? Your entire platform's shitting on the right. So what do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, besides people on the right. So,
nobody has at all from my side come over here and said anything negative about me. I don't think I've done anything or been in the wrong at all. So
did I
you can try all you want to reach for it.
Did I say you've been in the wrong? I said the entire tour. I didn't say. Did I say, oh, Pickles, you were in the wrong? Try again, buddy. When did I say you were in the wrong?
You're over here trying to laugh in my face about the performance of the tour, and I'm telling you how well it went for me.
Because the tour itself was an absolute fucking joke. Sure, it went well for you. You went outside for once. Congratulations. I know you're
trying so hard to get a whelp on me. I'm literally here, and you're here giving me attention because I was on that tour right now. What a cell phone, man.
That's fine. I'm just telling you what a disaster the tour was. Can you imagine if that was ever? Can you imagine what you guys would be saying if that was ever the other way around? But the guy you were going after, his tours are put together well. They're not a disaster. There aren't people causing all this drama afterwards. And he has thousands more people than you guys.
And he's sitting there indoctrinating kids that are just meandering between classes. Love it.
Pickles, why don't you go out in person and do debates instead of standing behind a fucking screen in the room all day? Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, but you had to go.
You're sitting here criticizing me for doing that exact thing.
But you had to go where Charlie Kirk was to do it. That's right, though.
You're sitting here criticizing me for doing that exact thing. And you know what?
Yeah.
We will eventually.
Why don't you go do it where Charlie Kirk isn't? Why don't you go do it somewhere else?
I'm an advocate of that. I'm down.
Oh, go do it then. Go do it tomorrow then. You don't have any balls though. You're not actually gonna do it. You sit in your room all day behind a fucking TikTok screen. Go outside and do it then. Go debate people like Charlie Kirk does.
Look, bought a microphone. I'm ready.
Nice, dude. So tomorrow, when are you starting up? Go do it tomorrow then.
Dude, tomorrow's Sunday. Do you think we're gonna catch college kids on campus on a Sunday?
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, because you seem like a really busy guy. Sounds like it would get in your way.
Okay, I'm talking about college classes that happen.
Go do it on Monday
on Sunday.
Okay, put your money where your mouth is. Go do it on Monday then. Go ahead. You won't. You'll be behind.
I would rather have something a little more planned. I'm not going to go do something on a dare.
Nice. No, it's not a dare. You just held up the fucking microphone. What do you mean it's a dare?
Yeah,
you just held up the microphone and said, "I'm ready." Go.
Yeah,
then.
I know. Yeah, don't tell me to go do something Monday. I'm gonna take my time and do it on my own. On my own
You're gonna
accord.
take your time, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. You're gonna take your time.
Rico,
Let's see.
I don't
Let's see
think you're
you out
making
there,
very
person.
strong points, man. I think you're just like saying things in a very sarcastic tone. I don't think you're doing
see
much
you.
here.
Well, no, go. Why don't you? Let me ask you a question. Why don't you go do what Charlie Kirk does?
I eventually could. I'm literally doing it, but as soon as I have more notoriety, then maybe I could pull crowds like Charlie Kirk does it. But until then, we're like 6 months into my own career doing this, and I'm actually doing very well. I'm outperforming most of my peers. So you can try to make fun of me all you want. I'm doing great.
Go do it in person.
I'm doing great. Listen, I don't come around slapping dicks out of your mouth telling you how to do your job, so don't come here and tell me how to do mine.
Why don't? No, I'm just asking. Why don't you do it in person?
Because this is much easier and this is monetized.
Oh yeah, right. It's much easier. That's the answer we were looking for. So again, so because it's easier, you just sit behind a screen. Go out in the real world. Go outside and talk to people.
Excuse me. Thank you, Sarah, for the $40 kick. This reaches more people, dude. Yellow?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm a friendly, so you might want to kick me, but I just want to say two things. Been watching you since you started. I'm a very, very big fan. I love your lives. I don't know what that guy was talking about. Young men are broken. And the other thing is, I'm a Canadian that's lived in the United States for 25 years. And I just want to say the amount of misinformation that MAGA have been able to drill into MAGA's heads about Canada and about the relationship between Canada, about what's happening in Canada, about why we need Canada, about our healthcare system is so backwards that it's truly it saddens Canadians because we see a country starting to hate us on lies.
Yeah.
Canadian healthcare system is incredible. People only started crapping on it when Obamacare came around and they needed a villain. So they started saying death panels and cancer for it's nothing like that. I never touched a bill in my life till I moved to the United States. Universal health care, and I'll leave at this, but universal health care, which a lot of people don't get, is that universal health care is about preventative medicine. The idea is because you can go to a doctor at any time, you don't wait till things become catastrophic and then insanely expensive to fix. You go immediately when you're feeling anything because it's free. So our healthcare system works better because we don't get to that catastrophic level because it's treated early.
Yeah.
And that has to do with mental health, with all this stuff. And, bankruptcy for medical bills is the number one form of bankruptcy in the US, and that's impossible to happen in Canada. It's impossible. It can't happen. So anyways, I just want to say for MAGA that might be listening, please drill down into stuff you hear about Canada because literally 95% of what the GOP are telling you are just not how it works. That's it. Love your live, man.
Appreciate
Keep doing the good stuff. Keep doing the good stuff, okay?
Thank you.
Cheers.
Chat, tap the screen. Let's get to 30K. If you enjoy these debates, give me a follow. Yellow? Jack
Hi there, how are you?
Doing good. Are you a Trump supporter?
How are you? I am. I don't have a lot of time because I'm sitting waiting for someone, but I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. I thank you guys for doing what you're doing. I think it was quite successful in 2024, and I hope the more and more you try to take down Trump, the less and less likely the Dems are going to win in 28. And I just think you need to look at why you lost.
I don't think I would attribute Trump's success to the resistance of his political agenda. I think that's silly. I think that you telling people to just lay down and take it is very MAGA of you.
I'm not telling you to lay down and take it. I'm telling you that what you're doing, you haven't gained one vote. And if I was in your position, I'd say, gee, I did this and it didn't work.
So you suggest
Maybe
we
I'll
just
try something else.
What do you think something else would be?
I think you need to try to find people in the Democratic Party that normal, everyday Americans would vote for. Because
Okay,
I don't think
and you know
doing
Trump
the
has
exact same thing you did.
he has an 80-year low on approval ratings, and you're preaching to me what we need to
You're
do.
absolutely right. And he won. They won the House, they won the Senate. But as I said, I'm sorry, I
Yet he
don't mean to
still can't
go.
govern. He can't get anybody
But
that you guys got into the House or
he,
Senate to agree
he's
on one bill,
he's
right?
doing great. Trust me, he's doing
He's
great.
doing executive orders, but that's it.
I gotta go. I'm sorry, I don't mean it, but I really have to go.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, yeah.
Why'd you say, oh gosh, you don't like black people?
No, I just don't like you.
You don't like me? You can't just have a difference of opinion?
I talk to people with different opinions all day. Don't
So
flatter
what don't
yourself.
you like about me specifically?
You're a troll.
I am literally not a troll. I use my real name. I stand on business with everything that I say, and I've been saying the same thing for 8 years.
I know. I don't take you very seriously.
So that's a you problem, not me not being a serious person.
Okay, I'm allowed to have those feelings. What do you want to talk about?
I don't have to validate them. I think we should talk about why African Americans are disproportionately committing violent crime in America.
Is it the only country that they do it in?
No, actually, unfortunately, they do it in many countries across the globe. They're currently banned from Poland for that. They are not welcome in Dubai. They are targeted in Dubai because they're trying to crack down on certain types of crime. And right now, the current incarcerated population in the United States, 38% of them are African American males. Even though African American males
you just lied.
are only
Black
7%
people,
of the
black people
population.
are not banned from Poland.
Yeah, they are. But African immigrants. I don't know if people just being black, but African immigrants.
There's no policies in place that are in place to benefit any of those people.
Oh, so you think that people are only not allowed somewhere if there's policies in place?
Are you just saying like socially they're not widely accepted there?
They are not socially accepted.
Okay, so that's not banned, is it?
Wait, what is your argument there?
You're saying that at first it sounded like you're saying they legislated black people out of Poland, and now you're just saying that they're just not well.
No, they don't allow immigrants in Poland.
I don't know if that's true either. Am I going to fact check this again and say you're wrong?
You can fact check it. So yeah, after Ukraine was attacked by Russia, Africans in Ukraine tried to flee to Poland, and they sent them all back to Africa.
Okay, it says, yes, there is immigration to Poland. While historically known as a country of immigration, Poland has experienced a significant increase in immigration in recent years, particularly from neighboring countries due to the economic opportunities in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Are we going to...
So look
do you
at the
want to go for
percentage of
3
Africans.
strikes?
No, look at the percentage of Africans in Poland.
I think you're moving the goalposts. You just said that they don't allow it, and now I'm saying they do, and then now you're saying like there's no immigration, and now I'm saying there is, and now what's your stance?
Look at their percentage of immigration. They do not allow immigration from African countries in Poland.
There's labor shortages, so of course they're accepting the refugee and asylum seekers. They have received a significant number of refugees and asylum seekers, particularly from Ukraine.
So give a number. Where are you reading that?
Do you want to tell me what your stance is, what the number is, so I'm not doing your homework?
No, you're literally just reading off of something arbitrarily. I can't even see what you're looking at.
Yeah, you're just making things up.
I'm literally not. Look, Poland, number of Polish immigrants from African countries.
What number would prove your point? What are you saying?
I'm sorry, it would be number of African immigrants to Poland.
Okay, and what are you saying? Like, what are you saying? What number of African immigrants would prove your point? Because you said none, and I'm saying that's not true.
Well, you haven't showed anything that proves that there are African immigrants being accepted in Poland.
There's no laws that say that they're not.
The president got on national television and said that they did not allow African immigrants, which is why their terrorist attacks were at 0.
Can you name a country where, or a few countries that illustrate your idea that people of a certain race, black people, are more violent or more criminal?
Yes. Of the Americans incarcerated for violent crimes, the
Okay,
overwhelming majority of them are
besides
African American.
besides American, because my claim is going to be that the fact that this is happening in America is an environmental issue, and it has to do with our history, and has there's nuance here, right? So like there's generational trauma and generational poverty that makes these things happen, and poverty makes crime.
So you think that people who are poor are less likely to follow the laws than people who are rich?
I think they're more likely to break the law, yes.
Why?
If you're starving, you're more likely to steal food. If you are, I don't know, if you're not in a good situation, like have you ever seen a rich person hold up a store for $20?
Okay, and so if those were the crimes that were being committed, I would have empathy. But me pew-pewing somebody that looks just like me is not a crime of poverty. That's a crime of violence.
Okay, I know, but
If they were stealing bread, I would be okay. That makes sense. But they're not.
Gang violence and
They're
violence,
unaliving each other.
okay, violence of that nature is an outcome of people maybe not finishing their education, turning to criminal activities that are governed amongst themselves. So when you talk about people getting shot, you're talking about people acting outside the law to do things, illegal crimes. Say like if somebody stole shrugs from you, you can't call the police. You're more likely to go resolve this with violence, right?
Pickles, were you raised wealthy?
I was born in a trailer park.
And so you didn't become an unaliver who sells rugs. So why is that an argument?
That's true, but I was in jail about 13 times before I was 20 years old.
For what type of offenses?
For alcohol reasons.
Right. And how many times were you stealing bread?
I did steal a bunch of stuff, just never got caught.
Okay, how often did you steal bread because you were hungry?
I didn't steal anything because I was hungry. I might have before, but I did steal like nice things sometimes because I couldn't afford them.
So that's not a crime of survival. That's a purposeful crime of intent.
No, so criminal thinking happens when you start doing things like that. So it's a habitual thing.
Criminal thinking happens when you decide that you are okay with doing something immoral.
Yeah, and that starts, and you start justifying these things when you start doing them and justifying them to live.
Go back to where stealing expensive things was you doing it to live.
Okay, that is a behavior that developed after stealing things to survive, right?
But you didn't steal things to survive. You said you never stole bread.
And also, mind you, this isn't all just something that can only stem from stealing for survival or stealing, to eat. These could also just stem from maybe generational trauma. So like my mom was poor, her mom was poor. So our upbringings were not like upbringings of people who may not have had those same struggles. So my grandma used to dig through dumpsters to eat. My mom was raised and she was a teen mom. My grandma was a teen mom. I was the product of a single teen mom. And I was in poverty. She didn't have enough time to give me enough attention. She was working multiple jobs to raise me the same way other people raise their children. And I partook in behaviors that were not deemed acceptable by society.
What do you mean we're not you don't believe the behaviors you did were wrong?
I said they were not deemed acceptable by society. The state of Texas
but
decided
you don't
to intervene.
think you did anything wrong?
I absolutely did. At the time, I was justifying my behaviors, but now, yes, I think they were wrong.
So I ran away from home and joined the circus. I've been homeless before, and I was homeless for long enough to realize I didn't want to ever be homeless again. And so I worked very hard, and I made a few $1 million, and I'll hopefully never be homeless again. Why would that motivation of experiencing something bad not be a driver for you to go and do things differently? Why would you be okay
it absolutely
with
was
being
a driver
stuck
for
in
me.
generational trauma, as you say?
it can be a driver, but it's literally a numbers game. So there's going to be, for every one of you and every one person like me, there's going to be dozens, hundreds, or thousands of people that don't handle it the same way and know how to intuitively just dig themselves out of these holes. You can be proud of yourself and jerk yourself all you want, but that's not how everyone behaves.
Okay, let's say that I didn't have a tremendous opportunity, which I did have a tremendous opportunity. We won't go into that. Let's say I didn't have the opportunity. What stopped you from getting a job at McDonald's and not stealing?
Maybe I was too pride. It wasn't cool. It wasn't a cool thing to do. My priorities, my
But it
values
was cool to
were
be a criminal?
completely
Was it
fucked
cool to
up.
be in jail?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Was it cool to be in jail 13 times?
Yeah. Yeah, to some people it was. To the crowd I was hanging around with, yeah, it was.
Well, it sounds like you needed to not hang out with that crowd.
Gee, I don't know. It's almost hard to do that when like the people you're surrounded by in the same community are all dealing with this, like have the same values that you do.
Absolutely not. You could always join the military.
Okay, I also tried to, and they wouldn't take me because of my record.
Well, you should have. Well, so wait, how did you get out of where you were at? Because clearly you're not. Well, I actually don't know. You could be. I assume you're no longer in the same situation you're in. What did you do differently?
State of Texas decided it was a good idea. Maybe I go get sober, and I did that. And I did that for like on and off 10 years. I'm a year and a half sober right now. And
I
did
applaud that.
things.
I'm tremendously proud of you. I'm not being sarcastic.
Thank you.
My thing is, I believe that the reason African American people are in the situation they're in America today is we're not denying that there was a tremendous racist history and a lot that needs to be overcome. But I'm saying we're at the point where you don't have to do what your parents did. You don't have to commit crimes because your parents committed crimes. You don't have to be poor because your parents were poor.
I know, but
you can make decisions to break your generational trauma.
You absolutely can, but you're less likely to. You're more likely to be in a position that you're doing these things and maladapted to life if you're in a position where you have generational trauma or generational poverty. You're more likely to be that way. I'm not saying that you can't be or you have to be, because you can break the mold just like you did, just like I did, but you are more likely to be statistically someone who partakes in criminal activity and criminal thinking if you're that if you're dealing with life in that way.
Right, but I also think we're lying to people about education. Simply telling people, "Oh, you need to just increase your education level," that doesn't always increase your income. I know tons of people who have master's degrees and they teach. And if you teach, yeah,
that's a different argument. I have a high school education.
I have a high school education as well. I think the way that the African American community will rise above is by taking over the trades. We have a tremendous opportunity to fill in for the over 500,000 people who will be retiring from the trades in the next 5 years. And we could take that over, and that's going to be a huge source of income for whatever group of people takes it over.
Okay. I don't know if I disagree with that, I guess.
I think Pickles, I'm going to be completely 100. Phone call. Can you hear me?
There you are.
Sorry, I got another phone call back to back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah. I'm going to be completely 100% honest with you. I feel like sometimes when people are on two different sides of an issue, we both say, okay, let's go with the water in Flint, Michigan. We can both look at the water and say the water's not good objectively. Republicans go, well, fix the water. And Democrats go, well, who's going to pay for it? I'm sorry. Democrats go fix the water and Republicans go, who's going to pay for it? We're not denying that the issue is an issue. We just sometimes get so caught up in butting heads over the issue that we never sit long enough to hear the other person's viewpoint. When you told me that you had grown up in poverty, something clicked where I feel like sometimes I lack empathy for people who are not in the exact same situation as me. And sometimes I overlook advantages that I've had. Like, if you're objectively well-spoken or intelligent, realistically, you have an opportunity to do well in whatever avenue you take. So assuming that someone else is going to do the same thing given the same circumstances is kind of survivor's bias in a way, because everyone is not equipped with the same mental capacity or opportunity. And everyone doesn't take advantage of the same opportunities. I've observed people who are just perfectly okay with mediocrity and they never seek to do anything better for themselves. And then I've seen people who could not fail if they tried. If their parents leave them a trust fund of $3 million, they could literally be a moron, and they will always be successful at life because of their cushion. So I think sometimes it does become. Why are you looking at me like that?
I was already paid to kick you.
Oh, okay.
I'm letting you finish.
Make your money. Bye. Capitalism.
All right. Yo, Rodney W, thank you for the pay to kick. W Rodney, all day. Thank you. I guess y'all learn a little bit about my lore, chat. Rodney says we don't platform his kind, and Rodney seems to be a person of color. W Rodney.
Your lore makes me even more proud to know you, bud. Don't be ashamed of it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's all. See ya.
All right. YouTube, if you are trying to debate me, you can come over to my TikTok and jump in the request box. I have a phone number that I can put up, but I usually only do that when we're really running low on people on this side. I probably got an hour and 15 minutes left here. Let's see if we can get some likes up and get some more people in here. We do not claim that man. Oh my god. Twatness Everdeen. W name, by the way. W name. How was my sushi last night? You guys want pictures? I got the same thing that I showed y'all. It was fucking absolutely amazing. What's up, dude?
I just wanted to say, because I didn't say it, I chickened out on saying it, but I'm going to come up and say it. We have similar lores. It's just that mine is often glorified because I was in like a music group at the time.
Oh, yeah.
But so I just wanted to say that. I chickened out in saying it, but I was like, no, get your ass back up there and let them know.
No, yeah. Respect, man. Respect.
I'll keep listening. I'm making some food.
All right, bub. Twatness Everdeen says I met you in Texas. Did you? Nice to meet you. Yeah. Yeah, this I forgot what they called it. It was like chorizo or something. And I think it's Japanese for like a box of shims. I don't know. And these were the hand rolls. They come in these sweet little dishes, and that's some salmon in some sort of like ponzu truffle sauce. My god, dude. I fucked that shit up. I fucking ate the shit out of it. Chirashi, yes, thank you, Taco. I make sushi for a living. Oh, man. I don't feel like I could ever get tired of sushi. I could eat sashimi maybe for every meal for the rest of my life, and with mercury poisoning, still be the happiest man alive. Sashimi over anything? Yeah, same. Yeah, mercury poisoning. Dude, I actually legit think I might have had like a mild case of mercury poisoning because I ate salmon every day, like multiple times a day for months. I'm neurodivergent and I just like eat the same shit all the time for years sometimes. Yeah, that'll do it. Trump for Pope. Dude, you guys are gross. If you guys are Christian and you're memeing on this Trump for Pope thing, do you guys have any actual views? Do you have any actual values that you like stick to? Like any backbone? People will be like, yeah, I'm a hardcore Christian. I love conservative values. And then you see the fucking president going, making a fucking AI image of himself as the Pope days after the Pope dies? Days after? I'm not religious at all, and I feel I'm offended. I literally actually like have a serious disdain for religion, and I'm offended by that. It's man. Can you imagine if Joe Biden did that? Can you imagine if Joe Biden on Twitter posted a picture of himself as the Pope days after the Pope passed? Can you imagine the outrage? Can you imagine if Obama did it? Like Obama got blasted for wearing a tan suit. Can you imagine if Obama did that? The Pope Trump Bitcoin to destroy. He will, dude. Trump will make a Pope Bitcoin. Oh, if you send $1,000 now, we'll pray for you. The Vaticoin. Oh my god. MAGA has become demoralized. That's exactly what's happened. Hold on, I just got something. Sarah, thank you for the 5. Live on Cape Cod. Oh, live on Cape Cod. Literally the sushi off the fish on a boat. So amazing. Oh my god, dude. I would kill for that. I would kill for that. I know. Remember their outrage because they believe Kamala kicked Christians out of a rally? And Trump's out there selling like $3 Bibles from China with his name on them? Which is like, by definition, just no arguing. It is literally blasphemy and against the Bible to do that. But hey, Trump's allowed to do it. It is objectively against the Bible to do that. Why do I look like a chode that sniffed Biden's hair? I don't know. Someone's got to be out here crushing all the ass. Do I support Ilhan Omar? I think she's fine. Is she problematic now? Did I miss something? Prove to me it's against the Bible. Adding text to the Bible? adding the amendments and your name on the front of the Bible. Imagine if I sold the Pickles Bible and it was just the Bible's text with my name on the front of the Bible. How would you guys have something to say about that? That's what I thought. You buffoons. And then making a profit too. Getting them from China for $3 while also being anti-trading with China, and then selling them back to Trump people for 60. Well, Bibles are literally free. Making money off of a holy book is wild. It's wild. It's not against the Bible for you to do that. You guys are really, you have no morals. You don't believe in anything. If you don't think that's against the Bible, I don't know what to tell you, man. I just don't know what to tell you. It's wrong if you're doing it purely for profit in a way that exploits people's spirituality. That is directly against the Bible. Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who does not need to be ashamed and who correctly handles the word of truth. Be shepherd of God's flock, not pursuing dishonest gain, but eager to serve. 1 Peter 5:2. So Trump doing it literally just for profit because, as he said, he's not even Christian. I'm not Christian. That's literally a quote from Trump. He's doing it to make money. You guys still eat it up. You don't care. Close your ears. You're like, yeah, and you know what? No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's Trump. It's Trump. It's cool. Was Obama deemed deporter-in-chief? Yes. He didn't use violent rhetoric or send people to prison camps or go against the Constitution to do it. He just quietly did it. So did Biden. Trump is a Christian. He says he's not. So how much did it cost for AOC to make those tax the rich t-shirts? She probably did it drop ship, so it probably cost her $0. Revelation 22:18 through 19. Paolo says, today Revelation 22:18 through 19. I warn anyone who hears the words of prophecy of this book. If anyone adds to them, God will add to him the plagues described in this book. And Trump literally added the Constitution, which he does not even believe in because he's writing executive orders to go directly against them. He wrote them in a Bible and sold them to you and is coming out with executive orders to go around these same amendments. Make it make sense. It's about as coherent as the Bible itself, I guess. God damn. Guys, my first of all, I'm giving my shirt a special shout out again. I feel extra handsome today, but my my AC unit's loud, so I'll just turn it off. PBS propaganda. Dude, you guys really are so deep in it. A public broadcasting system is now propaganda. Big Bird, Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers. God damn, dude, you guys are so far gone. The shirt's giving 70s vibes. Yeah, I know. Guys, do I look like I could smoke a cigar? I feel like I could smoke a cigar with this shirt on. Pull it off. Oh my god.
Yo,
Marty.
Pickles.
Marty.
Pickles, we need to have a serious talk about the way you pronounce the word tour. Say tour.
Tour.
Well, in your video about the Unfuck America tour, you said you pronounced it tour.
Tour, yeah.
No,
going on tour.
Tour. You're not going on tour. You're going on tour. Tour. Hey, Pickles, we're from fucking Boston. We're from Dorchester. We know how to pronounce shit.
Hey,
Right?
tomato,
Shut
tomato.
the fuck up, fuck face. Shut up, dude.
Eat a bag
Shut
of
your fucking
fucking.
mouth.
Eat a bag of dicks.
Pickles, you come
This
to
guy
Boston,
fucking
aren't you?
Zach. He's a fucking pride of fucking Lowell. I'm the pride of fucking
Oh yeah,
Dorchester.
I'm the pride of fucking Lowell, dude. I know.
Oh, please. You're from fucking Lowell. Lowell's a fucking dog shit town. Dorchester's way fucking better.
Oh, okay,
Everyone
fuck
fucking
that.
better. Pickles, what's fucking better, Dorchester or Lowell?
But you know it's better fucking picky wiki. Come on.
I don't even know.
Just say fucking Lowell, dude.
I don't even know how what you're saying.
Gracie, yup. Boys
I
are
literally
here.
need
Yup.
captions for what you're saying.
Gracie.
Let's go.
Love Gracie.
See, we have loyal fans, man. Like, you see this, Pickles? Like, we got a lot of supporters.
Gracie says, "How my boys?"
Oh, we're doing amazing today.
Your chat. All right, let's be honest. Your chat likes us.
Yeah, everyone likes us, man.
Hey, it's half and half. It's half and half.
All right, there's some weirdos that don't like us, but you know, there's a lot of cool people that love us. You know what I mean?
I got very honored. Guess who followed me the other day, Pickles?
Who?
Dr. Jace.
Oh,
The man.
Wow.
Pickles. I opened TikTok. He followed me. I was like, no fucking way.
Who
I
the
actually
fuck
dropped to
followed
the
you?
floor. I was like, no, Zach, you don't even know. You're not educated enough to know.
I'm not hip, bro. I'm
He's a
not hip.
legend. First time I ever debated Pickles before we were friends. Dr. Jace was on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Pickles and Dr. Jace versus me. And now we're all boys. Dr. Jace is my guy. Doc. We call him Doc. Is he up here? Can we get him up here?
I don't know where he's at right now.
No, Zach, genuinely one of the best people I've ever been on. One of the best people I've ever interacted with on a TikTok. It's Pickles and Dr. Jace. Those are the
Yeah, Pickles is good,
Obviously.
bro. Just look at him. He's going on tour. He's coming
John
to Boston. I mean,
It's the two J's.
can we do a meet?
John and
can we do a
Jace.
meet and greet in Boston? What do we think?
Yeah.
I don't know. Chat, for the record, these are a couple of MAGA people, and it just goes to show we can get along. If you guys are cool,
Yeah. Oh, see, exactly. There we go.
we can get along. All you haters, especially dude. If you guys ever look at my YouTube, there's a bunch of real mean folks in the chat on
Pickles, don't
YouTube.
listen to them.
Tell you
Listen to
what,
us.
they are mean.
Someone said Dr. Jace and Laney's live. Everyone go spam Laney live and tell Dr. Jace to come over to Pickles. We need to have a talk with Dr. Jace. We need to introduce him to Zach.
He already knows me, man. I'm a good friend.
No. He doesn't know you like he knows me. Me and Dr. Jace go way back.
Okay, buddy.
Also, Gracie said she loves Boston people.
Yeah,
I think it's
Pickles are
Boston.
amazing, man.
It's the town, man. Boston.
A kid from Boston.
You ever been to Boston?
Not me.
Yeah, you're coming soon, man. Meet and greet. Meet and greet. No, we're gonna
take
when you come here, we're gonna take you on a tour. We're taking you on a tour. I'm serious.
Well,
You gotta come
you
out
gotta
here.
take Pickles. You gotta take me to Prudential Center and do it.
You know how
do it.
viral that would be? You know how viral you'd go? You gain like 100,000 followers. Be like,
Yo,
I met
would go-
my two most loyal MAGA fans in Boston. They took me around the city, and then you'd like show the video. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that would go viral. That would go viral. Marty, what do you think?
Yeah. Hey, Gracie has a good question. Are you both treating women okay?
Oh, you
Wait,
know,
is she referencing like the women that we told you about?
what was the last time I
or
talked?
anybody in
what
your
did I
life?
talk?
Are you being nice to him out there?
Of course, we're nice to women.
You know, I've been in a situation for a couple weeks now.
Oh
It's not
wait,
great.
wait. Did we tell Pickles the prom story or no?
I don't know.
You
dude.
told me about that, yeah.
No, Pickles. That was semi. This is prom.
Oh no,
Oh.
we got
Prom hasn't happened yet.
All right,
So
go
next-
ahead.
Zach, you take it off. This is a very good.
No, you got it, dude.
No, it's your story.
How is it my story?
We'll name. I don't think we should say that. The actual.
All right. I'll explain the story. Are you ready?
Use different names though. Don't use the actual people's names.
Okay, buddy. All right. So our friend Dog, right?
If you want to know the real names, we'll tell you. But we just don't want to do it in the live.
I don't need,
Our
I don't
friend
need
Dog.
names.
Our friend Dog has a twin sister, right?
Dog.
No, wait. Okay. No.
It's not a good start. It's not a good start.
And
No, it's a great start.
twin sister starts texting me, and like we started talking, and then like Dog finds out, gets really mad. So me and twin sister can't talk anymore. You know what I mean?
Dude, what?
And then the situation gets messy. Like she texts me again a couple of like days later. I was like, I want to talk to you still. But then here's like the crazy part. So their prom's coming up in like what is it, next week, right, Marty?
Yeah.
So their prom's like next week, and I thought she was gonna ask me to go to her prom, but she doesn't want to bring me because she thinks Daniel or what's his name, Dog's gonna get mad.
Her sister?
Yeah.
His sister. They're
Oh,
twins.
oh, okay. All right.
So now
twins,
Marty's
one boy, one girl.
so-
Okay.
Yeah.
So now Marty's going with Dog's sister, and that's the story. But Marty does not want to go with. Marty does not want to go.
No, let me tell you this.
Are guys? Are y'all 18?
Yes,
Yes, this is our senior year of high school.
we graduate in like a week, 2 weeks. What is it? 2 weeks?
All right. Go ahead.
Wait, are you questioning our Pickles? We're friends for months.
Exactly,
Hey,
man.
I graduated at the age of 17.
Well, you're probably on the younger side.
We're older, man.
My mom's making me go with her.
Yeah, I wanted to go, but it's fine.
Your mom's making you go with a certain person.
Yeah, because they're like family friends.
Yeah, no, well, because her mom texted my mom. She was like, my mom was like, this is not how I raised you. You better go with her.
Yeah, that's the story. Pickles, how do you feel about that story?
I don't know. I feel like I think you do I think you should do what your mom says.
What?
Yeah, but like me and Zach are boys, and like that's the girl that Zach likes.
Yeah, it's a lot of mixed signals, a lot of getting played. You know what I mean?
Zach, I got some bad news for you. Marty is gonna make a move on her.
No, Marty
bad
would
news.
never do that. I'm telling you.
I would never do that.
Yeah, I'm already sorry about it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, like I know Marty from the bottom of my heart. I know he would never do that,
Yeah,
especially with this person.
yeah.
Like I know it. And, I honestly wouldn't care because like I don't really care.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Yeah, I can do it, but like it's fine. I don't really care.
Well, yeah, you do. But I won't do it anyway.
Listen, I'll
I would
see you guys in about a week, and I'll be hearing about
Pickles,
the
man,
drama.
it's been a great
All
time.
right?
Been a great time. We'll see you, man.
Oh yeah. All right. It's been a good talk.
All right, go on, get.
All right. See you.
These people, chat. These people, guys. I'm super sorry. Sometimes we need an intermission with Marty and Zach. They're just a couple. They're just a couple little. I don't even know. The kiddos, yeah, babysitting. They're kind of young. They're kind of young. Goofballs, that's a good one. There you go. Whippersnappers. There you go. I'm reflecting on the jab somebody made in the comments earlier about how I have no real friends. And it's really settling in after that combo. Truth hurts or no? No, guys, I know y'all are my friends, and I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. How did I meet my girlfriend? The interwebs. Christianmingle.com. Farmersonly.com. How do I feel about Democrats not holding an open primary? Do you think that's very democratic? When you're incumbent, you don't have an open primary. And there's also nothing in the Constitution that says you have to do that. If you wanted to start your own political party tomorrow and did all of the shenanigans to put forward whatever candidate you want, nobody could tell you otherwise. Bring back the best POTUS ever, Joe Biden. He's a top 10. That's for sure. He's a top 10. Come get some. I love that. How many elections have I been in? I'm 36, but my first election was this last election. And I somehow know enough to get hundreds of views talking about my opinions. Or at least I look good talking to MAGA. I feel and look smart talking to the opposite political party, which says a lot more about y'all than me. I didn't vote before 2024. Did not know. I didn't even know what a Democrat or Republican was. I literally knew close to nothing. I just didn't know. No, I just didn't know. I was not paying attention. I'm 32 to vote. I wish I could have voted for Obama, but no. No one's talking about Trump changing Veterans Day to Victory Day. This is by design. Like, Trump has done so many crazy things that doesn't even register on a scale, like, for us to say, oh, that's like 10 years ago, that could have played out in the news for like a month. But it's literally not even going to make headlines for more than half a day. Trump's got a few other things he's probably done that far exceed that today. I mean, the Pope picture, what was that, yesterday? I can't get over that. But I'm sure there's going to be 6 more things for us to cover by the end of the day, today or tomorrow. MAGA vets can't defend it. Yeah. I missed the Pope picture. Yeah, Trump made an AI version of himself as the Pope and posted it on his social media. How's Pickles the dog doing? She's good. She's at my girlfriend's house. How long did it take me to get fluent in politics? I'm neurodivergent, and like I think I obsessed over politics for like 2 years straight, maybe 3 years straight. And I kind of started gaining interest in it during COVID, during the Coco. That's when it really caught me by surprise, when people started debating whether science was real or not. That's what really caught my attention. Trump is a demon now for posting jokes. Yeah, days after the Pope dies, if you're posting yourself as the Pope. Yeah, not a great look for the leader of the free world. Did I see the government website exposing this and that? Yes, I've seen that, and I've seen the criticisms from around the world calling out the lies and misinformation. We are literally part of, we're looking at propaganda coming directly from the United States government now and the White House press secretary. It's literally known across the world. You guys have a propaganda machine in the White House. Yes. Look at what RFK is saying. The guy that's the lead for the Human and Health Services, or Health and Human Services, he's saying literal things that prove how much he does not know about the most basic fundamental things of science. He's proved to us every day over the past few weeks that he really has no idea what he's talking about. And it's terrifying. It should be terrifying. It should be actually terrifying to you. Did you see him being asked what the Declaration of Independence means? Yes. Yes. It sounded like if I was like 4 years old, and if you asked me about it, I would have been like, it's a great thing to behold. It's great, and it's very meaningful, and it's a very good document, and one of my favorite, actually. Like, he's so full of it, man. He really doesn't know anything. He is profoundly stupid. Did Biden help the veterans? Biden did pass the PACT Act, one of the biggest veteran healthcare bills in decades. So, yes, and he also gave them one of the biggest pay raises in 20 years. A Miss America answer. Thank you. That's exact. Yes. My Vietnam era husband gets benefits because of the PACT Act now. My brother, my older brother, he's a year and a half older than me. He does too. There really is such a stark difference between Democrats and Republicans right now. Republicans really are childish. Like, personal attacks, homophobia is like still very like present in the right. Like, they're stuck in an era that's, I don't know, like 10, 15 years ago. It's in the name, I guess. Conservatives. They're stuck in the old way. But literally day in, day out, they say homophobic things on here. I'm straight, for the record, chat, but I'm a huge ally. I love the gays. I love all of the LGBTQ. I lived in the gayborhood for like 7 years. They're some of my fucking favorite people. For you to call me gay is literally a compliment. Love them. What about Mermaid? She said some bad stuff. I don't know how I feel about it. Definitely going to keep my distance for a little bit. Not great. Not great, guys. I don't want to expand on that. That's her drama. I don't want to be the person spreading stuff. Yeah, drama-free zone, guys. Drama-free zone. Staying out of the drama with the best is the best route. Yeah. Dude, I keep bragging about this, but I I am literally, I am just immune to all this drama that's right now. I knock on wood. But here we are. Everybody else still streaming that shit. I can't believe they're still dragging this shit out. I'm so over it. I was over it before it started. I'm so fucking over it, dude. I'm over here doing daddy shit. You guys can play patty cake with all that drama. I'm over here doing daddy shit. It's real, yeah. Dude, there's literally every day something that's like 12 times more important than the drama that's been going on. Every day. Multiple things. Not even worth bringing it up. Like your house is burning down and people are over here focusing on like blemishes in the paint. Your house is burning down and you're worried about a nick in your furniture. What are y'all doing? What are we doing, guys? Parker taking a break, Dean said, yeah, not a bad idea. Acism and misogyny aren't important. Grifting and thievery. Okay, you're next then. Guys, I never said they're not important. And it's important to call those things out. But for being somebody that's completely not a part of that drama and to be hosting whole lives about it for weeks on end, it's too much. It's so too much. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. It's way too much, man. If it's not your drama, don't talk about. Yeah, I know. Some people are at such a low that their viewership might be down, or they're just like they got that rush from like the viewership it gave them, and they keep chasing it. And that's, you got to call those people out. It's not okay. I don't want to name any names, but y'all fucking know who I'm talking about. Some people just can't give it up because when they do anything else, their content's not really performing. Yeah, toxic. People need to be heard. Listen, I agree. Beth, thank you so much for the 6 months. I agree. If it's your drama, please. I want to give somebody else who is like, if you're affected by this, I'll give you my platform to say something. But when you're just out here trying to attack people and stretching it out for weeks, bro, let it go. Let it fucking go, bro. Really glad you barely touched it. Yeah, I know. Someone said my teeth are fucked. Okay. Where's the Saturday Night Trump crowd? Yeah, I know. You're so good at this and you have your whole life ahead of you. Thank you, Diane. Can someone clue me in on what everyone isn't talking about? Like, again, I don't name names. I'm not here to spread drama. I'm here to fucking criticize people spreading the drama. Y'all need to fucking chill out. Chill out. Parker's written statement broke my heart. After hanging out with Parker for a few days, he's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. I didn't even know. I didn't even know he had a written statement, though. Do I think Abbott will run again or retire? I don't know. I don't have an educated answer on that. I hope he retires. He might have to after we strip all the DEIA out of the state government and he has no wheelchair access anywhere. Yeah, I feel bad for anybody who, like me, was just trying to combat misinformation and got caught up with somebody who sucks. Went from gold to crown 1 with 8 KD. Jeez. Did Parker get flagged? I don't know. But another thing I'm going to S my own D on is, dude, I don't really get flagged. I don't get flagged. I don't get banned. I always try to keep it 100. Did you see Oklahoma classes having to teach about Jan 6? Can they not just like get the basics first? They're 49th in education. Can they not brush up on the like actual stuff they're lacking on? Probably reading comprehension. I had a few back around December, but it's been quiet since. Yeah, it's true. I bet he has. I bet it's in his Discord, Bambi. Is that also the state that's no longer teaching about consent? I somehow believe that without fact checking it. Game stream later? I want to. I'm gonna go rock climbing in a little bit, and I won't be at home. I really badly. I think I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow night or something. I have been playing Expedition 33. It's so good. I did see that pixie. Jesus, bro. I did see that. Holy fuck. Yellow?
You can hear me?
Yeah, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay. What do you like about Trump?
So first off, I like the border. And second, I like how he's banning trans from women's sports and all that.
All 10 of them?
What?
All 10 of them?
What do you mean all 10?
There's like 10 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I feel like that's not really. I think it did more harm than good, to be honest. So, have you heard of like the chilling effect?
No, tell me about it.
So, when we do things like this and have all this negative commentary about certain types of people, maybe even whether or not it's like participating in sports or whatever, it has a, like, collateral damage. It creates collateral damage to those minority groups, especially if not handled delicately, which Trump is obviously not known for. So he has no problems stomping on or punching down on minority groups like that to win elections and then resolving them in simply just an executive order. Doesn't really show he's being a leader. He's just using them as pawns. I also think it fixed an issue that was not there. Also, we have science to say that people who are on HRT for multiple years usually have the same levels physically as cisgender women. So it's honestly, to me, not an issue.
Oh.
And the thing with the border, Trump has literally got us to where not just people coming to the border from like southern countries, but people coming here on like as tourists are also choosing not to come because multiple countries across the world have put travel advisories on the United States because Trump is raising the alarms with a bunch of like civil rights watchdog groups for doing things such as deporting people to some of the world's worst prison, like CCOT, one of the world's worst prisons, without any due process. So like you could be here, not commit any crimes, probably even be here legally now that we find out, and be sent to this prison for the rest of your life with no recourse. And Trump has no plan on trying to bring any of those people home. So I think he's handling it in the most horrible way possible. I honestly don't know what his real goal is. Also, Biden did handle the border decently, and we could have passed legislation that would have helped even more if it weren't for Trump. So I think he stifled our attempt at trying to handle the border, and he handled it in the worst way I could possibly think of, sending people to like concentration camps.
Yeah. So did you know under the Obama administration they actually deported more people than this current and last Trump's administration?
Yeah, so deporting people legally is fine, and deporting people with due process is fine, but sending them straight to a prison is absolutely disgusting and, I mean, criminal. I don't know, like terroristic.
Yeah. So why would you hop over the border in the first place? It's like you illegally crossing in every country. Like, why is it that it's different for us?
Well, I again, does crossing the border without inspection, it's a Class C misdemeanor? Does that mean you should go to prison for the rest of your life in one of the world's worst prisons?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think it's such a big law to break? Like, what's the dangers of them coming here? Why do you think it warrants such a bad reaction or consequence?
That's their people in general. I don't like them.
It's kind of a racist thing to say, isn't it?
Not really. They have done some stuff in the past.
Like what?
Nah, I'm just trolling. I'm just rage baiting.
God damn it. What's that part in the Bible? Like, thou must not cross into another country seeking food or shelter, or ye be thrown into prison camp for the rest of your life. Do not feed the needy or the hungry. Do not shelter the poor. Chop off their hands and be racist against them. I think that's in Numbers 13:11. He who feeds hungry children at school will live in the fiery pits of hell. Trump 6'6", yeah. Chat, can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? He who sends disaster aid to states shall be beheaded in the public square. Mm. Mm. Could you just read us from something from 2 Corinthians? He who cheats on all 3 of his wives must lead the nation in family values. Yeah. Oof. That too, Joe. Does host have a job besides spreading liberal propaganda on TikTok? I do. I go around to all of the elementary schools in my area and I put gay books in the libraries, like a little weird gay Johnny Appleseed. And I snicker and tiptoe on my way out. Bookish, thank you for the gifted sub. I'm too tall for that. uh, can we get an amen for Brother Pickles and the job he's doing to educate our children? Absolutely. I do. I dress in drag and read to kids at the local Buzz Brew or Cafe Brazil. And I usually twerk directly on all of the children. And then I put HRT in their drinks. Okay, sorry guys. Yeah, I know. I might be canceled. CRT. I read books on CRT. I do. I do drag and read books of CRT. Oh no, chat. All right. Whew. All right. What size shoe do I wear? 10 and a half. 10 and a half. What about A1? Yeah. Guys, I will be on Fox News for saying this. I will be clipped on Fox News tomorrow for saying that. Do you realize this being kind? I think you're. Yeah, I didn't think you were being mean. How's my MacBook coming? I My MacBook's actually doing great. I changed the battery out myself on it, and I cleaned it all with isopropyl alcohol and this little fan that I bought. This is probably my new favorite thing. Hold on. This thing's badass. And I also changed out. There was a bad key on the keyboard. I changed that out. Next MacBook will be in the USA for 50K. That, guys, first of all, yes, this was made in China. I do have a MacBook on my wish list in my bio. If you guys are trying to help me out, we have $55. We're so close to buying it. We're like $1 million away. But I really badly want an M4 MacBook. So if you guys want to help me work towards that goal, it is on my wish list in my link tree. Reminds me of the movie Galactica. My boyfriend bought a graphics card before the tariffs start. Oh my god, I would love a graphics card too. Fuck, I would love a 50 series graphics card. We could have a car wash, right? Sell the turbofan? Guys, I'm not selling this. I can crack up my computer right now and use it. Better than buying whatever, aerosol. I got a PS5 Slim before Sony announced the price jump. Woof. And spilled Pepsi on it. Guys, I will buy Apple Care on every Apple product I buy. I do not care. I will do it. Just donate. Thank you so much for donating to the Apple Fund, the MacBook Fund. You guys are fucking awesome. 4K series outperforms the 5. I have a 3090 Strix. Go hold up a liquor store with it. These are on Amazon. This was about $50. And the brand, I was looking at RPMs. The brand is Vogma. And this one claims to do like, I think it was 380,000 RPMs. So it's pretty strong. And it's USB-C chargeable. You can get a better air compressor for $30. Just don't place drinks near my workstation. Yeah. I always get Apple Care. It's always worth it. Getting up to drink water is cheaper than Apple Care. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't come across a game that stressed my 3090 yet. I just have too many monitors, and also streaming while gaming has caused strain on it. I've seen it struggle. I got a 5080, love it. Ooh, from a 2080 Ti. I got a 2080 Ti Super. They actually, back when I was a gamer, they Nvidia sent me one for free, and I loved it. It had a built-in all-in-one water cooling. It's nice. Pickles, play Dreamlight Valley on stream, please. Guys, if y'all haven't given me a follow on my backup account, I do stream gaming on my backup account, dark_pickles. The link is in my link tree. I had the same one, loves it, yeah. That was a nice graphics card for its day. The 3090 Strix is still doing good though. Do I still play PUBG? I don't. I deleted that shit a while back. Get the DataVac duster. Let me see what that is. That looks nice. Yeah, that thing looks like it's got some power. The one I have, honestly, is just fine too. That's pretty serious. It's pretty serious. Looking for a great brain game. Give us your funniest jail story. I can do that. I can do that. Kristen, thank you so much for the $45 for my PC. You are so kind. Thank you so much, Kristen. I'm playing an online game called Polya right now. It's really fun. Do you ever have us normal people up to talk to? I'm always down to do that. I need to do more friendly times. But I will give you guys my best jail story. So when I was 19, I was on probation for about a year for my first DWI. I've had 2. Before I was 20, I had 2. I haven't had anything since. And I'm 36. But I violated my probation by getting caught at a party and getting a minor in consumption ticket and minor in possession ticket. So I had to check into jail roughly like a week after I got caught, and they were gonna put me in there for about 2 weeks, and I didn't know what to do with myself, and I was like, I can't go buy a toothbrush, I can't go buy like a pillow to bring with me. Like, what can I do to bring to jail? So I went and got a fucking haircut. Chat. I went and got a fucking haircut at Tony and Guy. Like a fucking emo haircut. All right? This is at the height of like you're only chasing safety, like under oath Paramore. And I had 1-inch gauges, chat. I had huge gauges. So I go to jail, I have fucking cat buttholes hanging out of my ears, and a perfect Tony and Guy haircut. And as soon as I got there, they gave me a nickname, and they called me, God damn, what do they call me? Paul Mitchell. So, and they like, it wasn't a joke after long. Like, there was a guy who would like army crawl up to my bunk and try to steal my food out of my locker. And I remember laying in bed. I was on stimulants because I have ADHD. I was coming down off of those, so they wouldn't give them to me in jail. So I was just eating. I ordered a bunch of commissary, and they tried to steal some of my food. I had like, like red hot, like jawbreakers, moon cream pies. I had it all. Ramen. And they got caught. Somebody saw them. I didn't even see them, but somebody saw them army crawling up to my bunk trying to steal it. And they confronted them. And all I hear, I'm like laying on my bed and I'm looking up from this book, and I probably read the first page like 300 times because my attention is that of a goldfish. And I look up and someone's like, yo, I heard you're trying to steal Paul Mitchell's food. And then just like the best beatdown I've ever seen. It was like a 3-minute beatdown. While they did like lockdown, the whole like pod had to pause. Everybody like had to get on their hands and knees in their own like cell and put their hands behind their head like this, while this just beatdown just fucking went off for like 2 or 3 minutes. And the guy went to, what's it called? He went to where you're just by yourself. Isolation? Yeah. Solitary. Thank you. Yeah, he was in there for a few days, and the guy that was stealing stuff, when he came back, when he got out of solitary, he like took 3 steps into the pod, and everyone like stopped what they were doing and like looked at the entrance when he was walking in, and they were like, "Oh," and then like the guards were like, "Okay, never mind, come back," and they pulled him and put him to a different pod. Sounds like juvie. It was adult. It wasn't Lou Sterrett. No, it was Collin County. It was minimum security. Yeah, it was minimum security. There weren't even real cells. It was like open day room with like dividers, like cement wall dividers. I am gonna go rock climbing tonight. I was there for 2 weeks. Yeah, I was in Pod C. I'll never forget. I think I'm about ready to wrap up, y'all. Have a good time. Paul Mitchell and Pod C. All right, guys, I love you. I will. That is crazy, Tay. High school in McKinney. I was there for a weekend. I went to McKinney North. I was right there. I rock climb on my Oculus. So that's hilarious. Chat. I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all later. I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for chilling. I hope you guys have a great night. Be safe. Tell all the other creators you watch tonight that I said hi. I'll catch y'all later.